Hello friends, this video on alternating currents part 15 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 14 before going ahead with part 15. So now let us try to solve the differential equation which I mentioned in that previous slide. So what was the differential equation that we had? We had L d square q by dt square plus R dq by dt plus q by c is equal to Vm sine omega t. So this was my equation to be solved. So now our purpose is just to solve this equation. So let us assume a solution, because this is the approach which we take while trying to solve a differential equation. So let us assume a solution of this form. Q is equal to Qm sine omega t plus theta. So if this is Q, so what would be my dq by dt? That will be equal to Qm into cos omega t plus theta into omega. And what would be d square q by dt square? That would be equal to minus Qm into omega square sine of omega t plus theta. So now we can put these three values in equation 1. So we put these values in equation 1. So what do we get? We get L into minus Qm into omega square sine omega t plus theta plus R into Qm into omega cos omega t plus theta plus Qm into sine omega t plus theta divided by c is equal to Vm sine omega t. Right? So this can be, now we know that omega L is equal to XL, that is inductive reactance, and 1 by omega C is equal to XC, that is capacitive reactance. So now looking at this expression, what we can do, if you look at the first term, it will have minus Qm omega square L. So instead of omega L, I can put XL. Therefore, this will become minus Qm into omega XL sine omega t plus theta. Similarly, the next term will become Qm into omega into R cos omega t plus theta. And the third term becomes Qm into 1 by C. So 1 by C will be equal to omega into XC into sine omega t plus theta is equal to Vm sine omega t. So from this we can write, we can take Qm into omega common in all the three terms, because Qm omega is present in each of them. So I can take Qm omega as common. So I will be left with R cos omega t plus theta, because even sine omega t plus theta is common in these two terms. So first I took R cos omega t plus theta plus XC minus XL into sine omega t plus theta. So this is equal to Vm sine omega t. So now we introduce the impedance Z. So now we introduce Z, which as I mentioned is equal to root over R square plus XC minus XL whole square. So if I introduce Z, we divide and multiply by Z throughout in the equation. So what do I get? I get Qm into omega into Z into R by Z cos omega t plus theta plus 1 by z xc minus xl sine omega t plus theta is equal to Vm sine omega t. Right? So now if we consider the impedance triangle, I mentioned about the impedance triangle in the previous slides, right, where I introduced impedance. So if you consider the impedance triangle, it looks somewhat like this. This is Z, this is R, and this is XC minus XL, and this angle is phi. So considering this impedance triangle, we can say that R by Z is equal to cos phi. We can also say that XC minus XL divided by Z is equal to sin phi. So with the help of this, we can write the expression as Qm into omega into Z. Instead of R by Z, I write it as cos phi, cos omega t plus theta plus Xc minus XL divided by Z, that is equal to sin phi into sine omega t plus theta is equal to Vm sine omega t. So this can be written as Qm into omega z cos minus phi plus omega t plus theta is equal to Vm sine omega t. How did I write this? That's because cos A cos B plus sine A sine B is equal to cos A minus B. So cos A minus B is equal to cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. So I applied the same formula here. So therefore, what do I get from here? So from this we get Qm into omega z cos of omega t plus theta minus phi is equal to Vm sine omega t. So now if I want my left hand side and right hand side to be equal, so for that this Vm should be equal to Qm into omega z. That means this part should be equal to this part. Similarly, this part should be equal to this part. Right? So these are the two things that I want. So that means we can say that for LHS and RHS to be equal, we can say that Vm should be equal to Qm into omega into Z. Now this Qm into omega is replaced with Im, that is the current amplitude. So we define current amplitude in this case as Qm into omega. So we write Vm is equal to Im into Z, which is true because V is equal to IR. So in this circuit, Vm is equal to Im into Z because Z is the impedance which behaves as the resistance for this circuit, right? So from here we found that Im is equal to Qm into omega. So that is one part. So that is how we found the current amplitude. So for LHS and RHS to be equal, Vm should be equal to Qm omega into Z, and also cos omega t plus theta minus phi should be equal to sine omega t. So now we know that cos 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta. So this will be true only when theta minus phi is replaced with minus pi by 2. That means we want that also cos omega t. So theta minus phi should also be equal to minus pi by 2. That's because from the expression which we found, if we compare left hand side and right hand side, cos omega t plus theta minus phi should be equal to sine omega t. So this is possible only when theta minus phi, this part is equal to minus pi by 2, because cos omega t minus pi by 2 would be nothing but sine omega t, right? So from this we can say that theta will be equal to minus pi by 2 plus phi. Right? Now let us find out the final value for current. So the current I, which is nothing but dq by dt, will be equal to qm into omega cos omega t plus theta, right? This was my expression. So now we know that omega, qm into omega is nothing but the current amplitude. That is what we found in the previous slide. So this will be equal to Im into cos omega t plus theta. Therefore, we found that I is equal to Im cos omega t plus theta. Now, from this equation, let us call this equation as equation 3. So, from equation 3, we can write that theta is nothing but minus pi by 2 plus phi. So, we can write I is equal to Im cos omega t minus pi by 2 plus phi. Because why are we writing it in this form? Because we want to get the expression for current in terms of sine function. Therefore, I becomes equal to Im sine omega t plus phi. So, this comes out to be the expression for current. So, that means if we have a series LCR circuit and if we give an applied voltage of Vm sine omega t, the current through the circuit comes out to be Im sine omega t plus phi. That means current and voltage are in phase or out of phase. That depends on this value phi. Right? So, I hope you understood how we proceeded with this circuit. So now let us have a few points of discussion on LCR series circuit. The first thing it will talk about is the current amplitude. It says that the current amplitude is given by Qm into omega, right? We already derived it in our expression 2. It states that voltage and current are in or out of phase. It depends on phi. That's because my input voltage or the source voltage is given by Vm sine omega t. And the current flowing through the circuit I is given as Im sine omega t plus phi. Right? So now if phi is equal to 0, in that case voltage and current are in phase. If phi is equal to pi by 2, in that case voltage and current are out of phase by pi by 2. So that means basically phi plays a critical role to determine whether voltage and current are out of phase or they are in phase. Because in case of a circuit which has both inductor, capacitor as well as resistor, we cannot specifically say that every time voltage and current will be in phase or every time voltage and current will be out of phase. So it depends on the value of phi, right? So phi here represents nothing but the phase angle. Equation for series LCR circuit resembles that of a forced damped oscillator. So did you notice that? Before I told this, did you notice the equation which we solved, that is L d square q divided by dt square plus R dq by dt plus q by c is equal to Vm sine omega t. So if you look at this expression, this equation resembles or it is very much similar to the equation for a forced damped oscillator which we studied in our oscillations lesson of class 11. Right? So these were some important points of discussion on LCR circuit. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.